YouTube? Welcome back to another video and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today, a very highly requested topic, and that is the topic of show me what you eat in a day, Lexi, like show me your food. So I'm gonna walk you guys through what I eat throughout the day and just kind of touch base on, show you some of my supplements too, because I not that that's like what I eat in a day, but I feel like that is a pretty extensive part of my day at the moment. So go back and watch like my last couple of videos. You guys will see I talk a little bit about like my health update. So I am on a pretty extensive supplement regimen right now. But first things first, today is a rest day. So one of the things I want to cover real quick is I always get asked, Lexi, do you eat less on your rest days, macro wise? Like, do I eat less macros? Do I eat less on my rest days? And the answer is no. And I really never have. My coach has never given me different macros for rest days. Even as a coach myself, I don't find myself doing that very frequently for clients. And here's the deal, you guys. I think that a lot of times people like don't realize that workouts are really such a small part of the calories you're burning on a daily basis, right? It's like a small fraction. You're burning the majority of your calories on a daily basis from your basal metabolic rate. That's the biggest majority. I would say that's like 70% of everything. And then you're also burning the second biggest amount of calories coming from your day from your NEAT activity. So just all the general like movement, hand gestures, walking from point A to point B. And then the very small, like kind of one of the last fractions is workouts. So moral of the story is no, I don't eat less on my rest days just because I'm not working out. It's just, I find that it's a lot easier to just be consistent day to day. But first things first, when I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I always chug water first. So I fill up a shaker, which this is about 24 ounces, and I just chug water. So I chug a glass of water. That's the first thing I do in the morning. Well, after I weigh myself, of course, because I don't want to chug water before I step on the scale to get my daily weigh in. But anywho, that's what I do. And then I take some morning supplements. So I have supplements I have to take all throughout the day, but these are the ones I particularly take in the morning. So I'll show you guys a few. So this one is Aura from Cured Nutrition. Love this one. I do have a discount code for them. I'll put it below. This is just a gut health and immunity supplement. It has CBD in it and I love it. So I take that in the morning. And then I take my multi from PEScience. And then I also take some of this. This was something that was prescribed to me by my naturopath. I put some of this in inositol powder in my water. So I do a scoop of that in the morning and at night. So I do that in the morning. And then I have a couple of other just like things. These are all prescribed by my naturopath. Just some health supplements, so some thyroid things, and then some, love this liquid. I think this is what is actually supposed to be killing like and helping with getting rid of the bacteria in my gut. So those are all the supplements I take in the morning. So that's the first thing I do before I get going and start my day. So I drink the water, take the supplements, and yeah. So come along for, I'm going to show you guys what I eat throughout the day. I think you guys are going to be like in for a treat, so to say, with like, I say I'm for a treat. I'm not eating very fun right now. I'm eating a lot of just very basic foods, but I think it'll be insightful for you guys to see because this is all how I'm eating just for my specific journey with where I'm in right now, with dealing with my gut issues and also naturally healing my thyroid. So I am eating a certain way. I would say it's a lot more like health related. Like I'm really eating for health, so to say. So I'm paying a lot more attention to my micronutrients and not just picking foods because they taste good, but picking foods because of like how they make me feel, but also what benefits they have, so to say. So come along for that. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and I will catch you guys in a little bit. Okay friends, I'm going to show you guys what I had this morning. So I was kind of in a rush this morning when I made this meal because I met up with my mom and I wanted to make this and get it down before she got here. So here is meal one. This was meal one for me this morning and I'm going to show you guys what I ate, all the ingredients, and kind of walk you through why I'm eating it. Like I said, I'm having a big emphasis right now on like health and not eating only just for taste, eating more so for how foods are going to nourish my body micronutrient wise. So I, of course, had my favorite oatmeal. If you guys know me, you know I love my Better Oats oatmeal. So I had a packet of this. This is the cinnamon roll flavor. And then I had a scoop of this vegan. So I've been doing plant-based protein recently just, because the plant-based protein is super clean from PEScience. And I just wanted to try out I love PEScience. Their whey protein is so good. But I just wanted to try a couple weeks without it just to see if I noticed any difference with my digestion without the whey. So I've been just doing the plant-based. And so I used some of this protein for oats, so it's protein specifically made for oatmeal. So I cooked my oatmeal, I added the protein in, and then, now for the fun stuff, I added in flaxseed and also some psyllium husk after I cooked the oats. So key with this is if you're going to put psyllium husk in your oatmeal, do it after you cook the oatmeal, because if you do it before you cook the oatmeal, like you add in psyllium husk while or before you cook the oatmeal, it will kind of make the oatmeal kind of slimy. So the key is adding psyllium husk after you cook the oatmeal. So I added it in after the oatmeal was cooked, along with some flaxseed. And then also, lastly, I had my 2 Brazil nuts, as I talked, I had my 2 Brazil nuts for the day. So that is going to be what I had for my first meal of the day. Like I said, big emphasis on health. And a lot of times in my meals, I always try to get, for most of my meals, you'll see that there's a carb source, a protein source, and a fat source. So I will have a protein source, carb source, and fat source. So in this meal, carbs from oats, protein from protein powder, and then the fat came from the Brazil nuts and the flax. So that was meal 1. Sorry, I couldn't really show you guys that. I was in a little bit of a rush this morning and had to get out the door to go meet my mom. So that was meal 1, and I will show you guys kind of what the rest of the day brings. All right, friends, coming at you guys with a very glamorous meal number 2. So what you see here is we've got 2 white cheddar rice cakes, my favorite ever. One is topped with my favorite cottage cheese, Good Culture. Cottage cheese is the bomb. And then I have another one with some mashed avocado and with sea salt on top, because salt is life. And then I have 3 eggs I need to peel. I'm gonna have 1 hard-boiled egg and 2 egg whites. So another meal that's very balanced in the sense of I have carbs from the white cheddar rice cakes, I have fat from the avocado and from the egg yolk, and then protein from a little bit of cottage cheese and the egg whites from the egg. Fun fact, I know that probably a lot of you guys watching already know this, but my mom actually asked me this question the other day, so I'll just, put it out there in case somebody watching doesn't know. But when you have an egg, what has the protein is going to be the egg white. So all of the protein in an egg comes from the egg white, whereas all the fat in an egg comes from the egg yolk. So if you want protein and fat, have the whole egg, but if you just want protein, you can just do the egg white. So that is what I'm having, simple, but actually really delicious, and I thoroughly love this meal. Also, really quickly, I'm gonna take 2 supplements right now. So I'm taking my Erase Pro, which is ashwagandha. I don't like to take this in the morning because your body actually needs cortisol in the morning. So it's actually good for your body to have a bit of a cortisol spike in the morning. So I don't like to take my cortisol support supplement in the morning. So I take it in the afternoon or in the evening. And then I'm gonna take my omegas right now, just because I like to consume those when I consume a fat source. So anyways, taking these 2 right now while I have this meal. Okay, so I'm just sitting here doing a little content work, sipping on some tea. This is my little mid-afternoon ritual. I always have at least 1 cup of tea every day. And if you guys are new here, you do not know, but I am obsessed with red rose tea. So most of you guys know I love this tea. Lemon pound cake is my favorite. So good. And then I'm so bad at filming days of where I'm filming what I'm eating, because I will eat it and then I'll be like, oh crap, I need to film. So, and here I have my peas, sweet peas, because I'm obsessed with sweet peas. And then I have some more low-fat cottage cheese in there, nutritional yeast, and I have some cashews. So that's what we've got going on here. I'm just enjoying that, enjoying my tea that I'm sipping on, and then just doing a little work. And then I'm also watching Netflix in the background, and I'm watching Love Island. I don't know if any of you guys out there watch that, but I am a sucker for just really cheesy reality TV shows. I find that for me, they're really helpful just to kind of zone out and just, I don't know, they're really good stress relievers for me. So that's what I'm doing right now, just doing some content, watching Love Island, and then snacking, or not really snacking, but eating my meal that I'm already halfway through and sipping on my tea. So wanted to show you guys that. Like I said, I am really bad because I always start making things and then I dive into it and I'm like, crap, I need to film. So that's what we're up to right now. Okay, super quick, I am going to make a quick meal before I head to the store. So it is the weekend, I need to do my meal prep, so I'm actually just making this meal on the spot. Thank goodness it's a rest day and it's a weekend day, so I have time to do so. But I'm going to make some chicken, so I'm gonna have 3 ounces of chicken. So yes, even though these ones here are already like portioned out here. I do always weigh it. So I'm gonna have 3 ounces of chicken. I'm gonna season it with this feast mode seasoning because you guys, seasonings save your life. They will save your life. Like literally plain chicken, like I cannot remember the last time I just ate plain chicken. I always season my stuff. So seasoning that, and then I'm going to have some blueberries on the side, and then I'm gonna probably take this and on the go because I need to head to the store. And yeah, I'll show you guys what I get when I get back. Just a really quick little haul. Okay, so I just picked up a few things from Sprouts, and I wanted to show you a few of the items I picked out, picked up. So Sprouts is just a local grocery store. I think they're in like a couple different states. They have them in Florida, and I know that they are in Arizona as well. But I'm gonna show you guys a few things like just for general health purposes that I've been incorporating. So first and foremost, this right here is nutritional yeast, and so it's it looks like kind of flaky. So essentially it is, you can kind of think of it as like a seasoning. It's really delicious on eggs, but pretty much anything savory, even chicken, like whatever. It kind of tastes like cheese, but like a nuttier cheese, if that makes sense. So I get it in the bulk section. You can also buy it at most grocery stores. Even if like you can buy it, I think in like the gluten-free aisle. I think that's where they sell like the little bottles of it. But nutritional yeast is not only really great as flavor on top of food, but it's also really rich in fiber and B vitamins. So I've been incorporating this. It's actually delicious, and sometimes I have to watch how much I use of it. I forget the macros off the top of my head, but pretty low macro too. I want to say like per 3, I don't want, of course I measure like on a food scale, not in tablespoons, but I think the label says like per 3 tablespoons. It's like 2 protein, or no, I don't know. It's not too calorie dense, but very micronutrient dense with the B vitamins. And then my favorite, Brazil nuts. So I recently started having Brazil nuts every day, and honestly, believe it or not, you can have 1 to 2 of these per day, and it is exceeding the amount of selenium you need in your daily diet. So just one of these bad boys, you can see kind of, I mean, they're not tiny, but they're not huge either. Just one has the amount of selenium you need daily, or that's the RDA recommended amount of selenium daily that you need is in 1 Brazil nut. So selenium is actually very, very important for thyroid health. So that's currently why I've started incorporating them. Those of you guys know who have followed my channel that my thyroid is currently low. Something I am working to kind of normalize and regulate. So I'm incorporating a Brazil nut or 2 into my day. And then this is just like a really random find, but I don't normally get these, but every once in a while Sprouts will put things on sale just because like it's Best Buy and this is in 2 days. So I took a look at these. They look pretty fresh still. So I'm like, you know what the heck? So I got them just spiraled zucchini noodles. So I figured makes it easy for me. I don't have to spiral the zucchini myself, and they were cheap. So this will be really good just to like saute and potentially put like chicken on top of, and then maybe nutritional yeast. So I just wanted to show you guys these few things and also show you the Brazil nuts and the nutritional yeast, since I have been incorporating those 2 things daily. All right, so what we have going on here for my last meal of the day is we're using the zucchini spirals, and I know this definitely does not look super appetizing, but you know, you guys know me by now. My meals are not super aesthetic for the most part. So a little up close, so I've got some of the zucchini spirals, I've got nutritional yeast on top, I've got avocado, and then some chicken cubes that I sauteed on the stovetop, and then I do have a little bit of mustard in there, just kind of serves as like a dressing, so to say. So that is going to be my last meal. Oh, and I'm having a side of 2 white cheddar rice cakes. So this is going to be my last meal. I'm going to sit down. I really try to practice specifically for my last meal, sitting down and slowing down with the meal. I find that when I slow down and I take a lot longer to eat the meal, it just helps with overall digestion. And last thing I want to do is go to bed with like a full stomach of food, right? So I'm gonna enjoy this plus the 2 rice cakes, and then I'll head to bed in a little bit. But I've been like I've said I've been keeping my food pretty clean as far as lots of whole foods, not doing too much variety right now just because of my whole gut situation, but I generally still really enjoy my meals. And like, for example, putting the nutritional yeast on this and then the mustard helps to give it a little flavor. But I also find that just like the more you eat whole foods, the more your body craves whole foods and the less you crave like a bunch of the artificial stuff. So anyways, last meal of the day, I was going to show you guys what that entailed. So I will catch you guys in a little bit later, or I will probably not later, probably won't film again tonight, but I'll catch you guys in the next clip. So that was I believe it was a full day of eating. I think I got everything. Like I said, I am not always the best at filming these because first off, I don't think that people realize how time consuming full days of eating videos can be, because it's like I have to put together my meal, first off make sure it looks somewhat aesthetic, and then film it, and remember to do that before I start digging into it. But a lot of you guys have been asking to kind of see some of the things I eat. So if you go back to like old videos of mine on here, you'll see that I did a lot more of like fun kind of creations, which I have nothing against that. I still want to go back to making my food a little bit more fun. Just with the current phase that I'm in, I have some gut issues that I am currently working through with certain supplements, but I am also really trying hard to make my diet as clean as possible. When I say clean, really minimizing any artificials. Now, I am not an artificial sweetener hater, I am not by any means. In fact, I still have a little bit, like I have stevia in my coffee. I still have a little bit of sugar-free syrup in my coffee. I still drink Crystal Light. But as far as like food goes, like some of the things that I may have had in the past, would be like sugar-free pudding mix and what else? Like things like that. And again, I am not saying that those are bad. Like have those in moderation, please. But for me right now with my gut, I'm just really trying to minimize as much processed, lots of ingredient foods. So keeping it very simple with the ingredients that I'm consuming, just because I think that it does help with my gut. With my specific protocol, I was not told that I needed to eat that way. However, I'm kind of making the decision to keep my food very simple and very low volume and focusing a lot on micronutrients. So, the Brazil nuts really help also with like the thyroid health. So doing things like that, but also eating with, lots of, with the health benefits in mind of what I am putting into my body, right? But also making sure too that I'm making note of like if I eat something and I notice that my body doesn't respond well to it, meaning I feel like I'm super bloated afterwards, or I just feel like it doesn't digest well, I always make note of that, and then I usually will take that out of my diet. So for the most part, everything you guys saw me eat, it digests very well for me. I'm not having a ton of, like if you saw I ate a lot of things twice. I ate chicken twice, I ate the rice cakes a few times, I had cottage cheese a few times. So I do repeat things throughout the day because I like them, but also that they work really well for me. So that is kind of what a day in the life of me looks like right now when it comes to food. I'm happy to answer any questions specifically if you guys have any questions specifically about food. So technically, the phase that I'm in right now, for those of you wondering, I am technically in prep, but ever since I got my blood work and my thyroid and my gut, mainly like my thyroid is off a lot because of my gut issues. So once we found that out, I kind of made the decision to, hey, I proposed to my coach, can we just kind of maintain where I'm at currently? Because I truly believe that once my gut issues are fixed, that I will respond so much better to prep. I feel like my body's not gonna respond regardless of how hard we push until I get all this internal stuff in check. So today's day of eating, or I'm sorry, yesterday, because it's now the next day, that I felt really good on that. It didn't really disrupt my gut. It was, I went to bed at night not feeling super like bloated or just super digestion was pretty on point all day. And another thing that I think really helps with digestion is, and I encourage all my clients to do this, is space your meals out throughout the day. So try to refrain from like, oh my God, going all the way till 2 p.m. and holy crap, I've only eaten once, or I haven't even eaten anything. I know that happens to people a lot of times, and they'll make the excuse of like, I'm so busy. But at the end of the day, it's not going to be good for your digestion, and nor is it just good for muscle protein synthesis in general if you're just cramming all of your food in one window. I know some people like to try out intermittent fasting, but in my opinion, I don't think that that is the best for digestion. Just my personal preference. I've done it before, and you know what I think ends up happening is cramming so much food in one window can really be taxing on your digestion. And then it's like the rest of the day when you're not eating, you just don't feel fueled and satisfied and like energized, right? So I'm a big proponent for fueling and eating and spacing it out throughout the day. So that was a day of eating. Like I said, it was my rest day. I don't change my intake compared to training days. So rest days, training days, I eat the same amount. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up for me if you liked it. Oh, and I just got my nails done too. So I went to do that with my mom. I don't ever get my nails done. I actually paint my own nails usually, but I went with like a funky green. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment below if you have any questions, or comment below if you had a favorite part of the video. But let me know if you guys want to see anything in particular in the future. And wherever you guys are at in the world, I hope you have a great rest of your day.